Okay, what's going on, boys? Today's video, we're going to go over shooting, how to increase your chances. Guaranteed, by the end of this video, you're going to increase your statistical chance of scoring in front of goals and scoring more goals. I just want to say a couple of things first, okay? Very first, it's important you don't skip over this. Last year, finishing was perfect. Now, I said to everyone since day one that finishing is an issue. It's still an issue in this game. People just haven't realized. There's been some live shooting updates, but it doesn't work. And the reason for this is, there's three reasons. Number one, when goalkeepers leave their line and they come out, they have such a wide trajectory to actually aim, to actually save the ball, and their width, that where they expand at, they can reach the ball, is so wide, you have to literally get the ball in top bins for you to score. And that's why the finishing of the player, the shot power, let me just get rid of this, go back to the other thing. The shot power, everything is very, very, that's why when you're inside the box, right, the most important thing is, I believe, shot power to get the ball past the goalkeeper. That's that thing. The finishing stat for the accuracy of the shot, and then the composure, because inside the box, you're not going to be like this in the arena. You're going to have players around you, and that will affect your shot. So that's why players like Neymar, who have got relatively low shot power, their composure is very high, and their finishing is pretty high, so their placement is good. So you need a combination of those three stats. 5-star weak foot is very, very important. Now, last year, both near post and far post were very, very effective. This year, it's random. Do you know how many 1v1s I get into a game and I miss? It's unbelievable. Like, I'm not joking. There's games that have 9 1v1s and I'll lose to a guy who's had one shot and go outside the box. It's one of those things, and this is why I say to everyone, we need to really concentrate on finishing, because the community needs to say finishing is the issue. Yes, air defense is the issue, but finishing is because air defense wouldn't be that bad if finishing was better, but it's not. So the first thing is angles. Now, the only guaranteed angle is if you're running, for example, here, shooting across goal with your dominant foot is very, very effective, okay? So if you're running in a pitch, for example, across goal like this angle here, the best way of scoring is across goal. So if you're running inside the box, the key areas I want you to focus on are basically between the post and about here. On both of these sides, if you run into these angles, I want you to run straight and take a shot across goal. The cue is when you see the goalkeeper sidestep to the near post angle, for example, right here, and that is your cue. And if the goalkeeper saves it, it's going to be a fantastic save. And that is why I say, even Ronaldo's got a weak foot there, that is why I say someone who's got a 5-star weak foot will make a difference, because that is what you need. Even if the goalkeeper's not created that sidestep, that's what you need to get it into that gap, through that gap. See that gap just made over there? If that was not a left foot, the goalkeeper probably would have saved that. If I go, for example, like here, you can see, look, Ronaldo's basically got like a 5-star weak foot. But you can see it's not guaranteed, but you can see on the right foot, most of the time you're going to do a high power shot that will beat the goalkeeper dive, okay? The second thing is where to aim. Now, what a lot of players, don't forget, this is a normal arena match. When you're shooting inside the game, you're shooting from left to right. Let's say, for example, excuse my diabolical diagram here, but imagine that's the penalty box, right? A lot of players, they don't realize, but they're shooting towards goal. You know why? Because they're aiming here and here. Now, in the arena, let me just make it a bit better, because it'll be better for you to understand this, okay? If you want to aim in, let's say, corner number 1 and corner number 2, which number do you aim at? So I'm going to draw some numbers out over here. If you want to get the ball into corner 1 or into corner number 2, the red ones, where do you aim? Which yellow number do you aim at? I want you just to write it down below in the description. The first one being for number 1 on the right, the second one being number 1 on the left. Write it down below in the description without reading anyone else's response. It's very, very important. We're going to go over this towards the end of the video. Now, all these are wrong, because what happens is that it's all about perception. When you aim your left analog stick, now, because we're facing forward here, we're not shooting left to right. If we're facing forward, if we aim anywhere like this, the game 9 times out of 10 thinks you want to aim the ball towards the goalkeeper. And that is why a lot of shots don't really go in a corner. They go around this region where the goalkeeper can save it. What you need to aim is over here, all the way on the far side. Now, you might be thinking, what's this guy talking about? You want to go in for a corner? What are you talking about? Well, it doesn't matter, because your shooting is on a system. Let me give you an example. My left analog stick is going to be to the far right, guys, yeah? I mean, look at that. You're talking about 3 o'clock, right? 3 o'clock aiming to the corner flag. It went towards the corner. If I'm, for example, here, I'm going to go towards 9 o'clock. It went a bit more to the center. So you see, what I'm doing is I'm over-exaggerating the shot. Now, why this is so important, look at that, it's in the corner now. Now, why is this so important is when you're shooting in the game, the perception is going to be different. Here we're shooting an angle. Now, if you adopt the same methodology and you're thinking, I want to go kind of to the right-hand side, but you move it ever so slightly to the right-hand side, the game's not going to think you want to go to the right. The game's going to think the angle you're at, you want to go towards the goalkeeper. So that is why it's extremely important you exaggerate where you want the ball to go. So if you want the ball to go near post and you're on this side, you smack it like that. And you over-exaggerate it. Now, of course, the ball will go towards center most time, but it will avoid the issue because people, when they get the ball here, they don't realize, and you'll only realize this when you go into a game and you'll see it for your own self and your own eyes when you have the control input, is that they get the ball here and they barely move the left analog stick. They barely do it. Sometimes you get away with it, but you don't. And when you're shooting from left, and this is head on, but when you're shooting left to right, and this is, for example, the halfway line. This halfway line is the box. You should be aiming here. Because the game knows you want the ball to go. So if you aim at the far corners, the game will know you want the ball to go in this corner here. And that's what will avoid the ball going into the center most of the time. Don't forget, as I said to you, I am shooting in the arena. So the perception is different because I'm facing forward. In a game, you're going to be shooting from left to right. So it's completely different. So that is something that I just want to bear in mind as well. The next thing is time shots. Now, time shooting is exceptionally important, okay? In this game, time shooting is the if you could time your shots, that is the thing that's going to improve the accuracy, the shot power, guaranteed. I got a video on time shooting from last year. It still applies. That's the thing you want to use. You literally just press the shoot button twice. That's it. I haven't got it on this arena, but check that video out for time shooting. That will make the biggest difference. Now, it's hard to learn, but if you can learn that, and I have a method of doing time, like this is a time shooting window. I have a method where you could always hit it always green or no time shot. I teach you how to always hit it green or no time shot. That way you'll never hit it in the red, you'll never hit it in yellow, and the shot will never cost you. So make sure you watch that video where I explain how you can always guarantee to get a green or gray and never yellow or red. Because the key thing is optimum angle. That's what's important, okay? Now, the fun thing I want to finally say is the game is illogical, okay? First of all, stop running when you take a shot. That's important. Yes, it gives you power on your shot, but it actually decreases the accuracy of the shot a lot. So yes, it might be in a 1v1, makes sense, but it actually doesn't because you want placement. So stop running. Now, when the ball is past the ball to you, right? When you take a touch to the left or to the right, this is how it was in every FIFA. You create the angle and then you take a shot towards goal. It still makes sense now. But the problem is when someone brings the goalkeeper out, when the goalkeeper steps from position 1 to position 2, he can only save this much, and position 2 he can save that much. So you don't want him to come out. So when you get the ball, let's say the ball is getting past to Ronaldo, taking a touch, settling it, and then taking a shot makes sense logically. But when you're going to have players in a way, air defenders, it's not going to make sense. And most people are bringing their goalkeepers out. So where that logic will make sense in Division 10, etc., it won't in the higher divisions. So what you got to do is when you get the ball to your feet is you take a touch to your left and to your right, almost away from goal like this, illogical, like this, but that will give you the best chance of scoring. Now, why? And as some of you may know is when you get the ball down the wing and you get the ball inside the box, you do a first time shot, it goes in. It doesn't make sense. You should be able to control the ball, but FIFA, this doesn't make sense here. And the reason why this happens is when the ball is getting crossed in, the ball has a higher velocity, and therefore when you hit it, the goalkeeper is likely to save it because of the power of the velocity of the initial pass and the power of your shot ends up creating more power in the pass itself, which allows it to go past the goalkeeper. That's why first time shots are very, very effective. Now, you might even see first time shots are effective when you're facing away from goal. Now, they're actually not. But what happens is that goalkeepers are just so overpowered this year. If you take a touch, it allows the goalkeeper to settle and then make the move. When the ball comes to you, let's say, for example, the ball is, let's draw this out, okay? Let's say I got player A over here, okay? And player B is Ronaldo, okay? When player A's got the ball, the goalkeeper doesn't stand in the central like he is aligned with Ronaldo. He has to stand over here. Otherwise, player A could just shoot towards the near post angle. And that's why I got to show you this in the arena. So the goalkeeper is over here. So we're going to put the goalkeeper here in blue. Okay. And that way he can't shoot near post. Okay. And that means when the ball comes to player B, if you shoot, you will have an open net. But if you take a touch with this player, it allows the goalkeeper to then go to the middle. And then when you take a shot, his region of save is very high, either if he comes towards you or if he stands still. So although you lose the accuracy of the shot by doing a first time shot, it's more logical to do it because A, the goalkeeper's not in the position to make the save, and B, is that you have more power behind the shot. So even if he does make the save, the shot's going to have so much power behind it that it's probably going to go into net. You can just tap the shot button. And that is why the most illogical thing in this FIFA, which should not make sense, and that is why first time shots, and that's why you see a lot of players, pro players, they make a pass to another player and they do a first time shot. So if you can, try to look for the second pass and then take a shot inside the box. But it's all to do with the goalkeeper, because if the player is there with the ball, the goalkeeper has to shift. And then by the time you pass them, he won't be shifting in time. But if you pass the ball to the player, then you take a touch. It's enough for the goalkeeper to settle. So you need to shoot the ball before the goalkeeper has time to come towards you, or for the goalkeeper to shift and settle into the correct position. And that is the key in terms of shooting. Now, again, there is some game-changing things that I mentioned here, but it's not going to miraculously make you score all your 10 out of 10 goals. I still struggle green time shots, 5 1v1s in the game. But this will make it is if you've got 5 1v1s, maybe you will score 2 of them as opposed to just none or just one. Anyway, so if you enjoyed this video, thanks for watching. We'll see more videos like this. You can check out my Patreon series, patreon.com/NealGuides. Links down below in the description. Anyway, thanks for watching. And of course, I'll catch you next time. Peace out.